What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another Draw With Me video where we fill up these sticker pages from empty to full by the end of the video. Today we're outside and we got some blue and green action going on. Today I wanted to talk about, I had the thought of how important it is to take care of yourself. Which is, pretty important. When you do better, you attract better. For something to change, you gotta change. Pretty simple advice. Sometimes, though, it could, like genuinely be hard to do shit like that. Cause, your mind is made up to believe, the first reaction and natural instinct is get it all done today and get it right now. That's where the word patience comes in. It's not groundbreaking if you just don't got it all figured out right now. Because to be honest, bruh, even the most organized people and people that might seem like they got it figured out don't. They still get confused. They still question themselves or doubt what they're doing. I think it just happens. Look, bro, I was going through the drawer the other day and I got about 2 more videos left of this Draw With Me series on these sticker pages. I still plan on doing this, still drawing and recording, but it'll be in a sketchbook, and I'll probably end up just doing one drawing at a time. We'll see. I'll have to see what just happens in the moment, because it'll mean the videos will probably be a little bit half as long, but I'm alright with that, because I'm gonna lie, it does feel a little draining, sitting here and just talking, and I'm not even gonna lie, it'd be kinda really smooth though, I'm just talking and just doing it right. I'm not forcing myself to just kind of saying what's on my mind and shit. And yeah, whenever I'm done, I always feel I gotta go get water. I gotta go just take a minute, just I guess empty my cup, just gotta catch up with myself, I guess. I don't know, because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to talking so much. So when I am, and I'm not even talking to anybody directly, it does feel a little off, feel a little weird, I guess. But I think once I'm done with these, that'll probably help solve the issue, resort it. So yesterday, I didn't record or nothing, but I was drawing like hella drawings in my sketchbook that I'm working on right now. And I was feeling like really proud about myself and my work. Like, I felt like it was like some of my best work that I've done in a while. Like I was like kept looking back and turning the pages back. And usually, believe it or not, bro, like I really don't be doing that shit. Like I'll look at how much I've done, but I don't look back and like admire what I've done. I just kind of do it. And I don't know, like I was like really impressed. I felt like, and I remember like seeing a video I think my uncle had sent me about a pastor that he watches on YouTube. His name is Joel Osteen, and I remember in one of his preachings, I don't know what it's called, I won't lie, it's not like a speech or nothing, but he's just preaching, right, on one Sunday morning or afternoon, and you know, they always record it and they'll put it up in videos on YouTube. But anyways, he was saying, he's like, basically the message was like to be proud of yourself and be proud of what you've done. He's like, it's not being arrogant, you're just, you know, being proud of what you've done. And his example was, he was playing, if I'm not mistaken, he was playing basketball with his son, and he shot the ball, his son shot the ball and he blocked it, and then but he still lost the game to his son, the 1v1. And he was saying like that later on, further down the line, his son was telling his dad's friends like, oh dad, tell him about that basketball game. And the pastor, Joel Osteen, he's like, oh yeah, he shot a shot and I blocked it. He said, no dad, tell him about how you lost to me. And he said, oh, that's right. And then he goes on, you know, Joel Osteen goes on to say his mind was so, you know, focused on what he had accomplished that he couldn't even see the loss. Yeah, he had lost, but he was so, you know, proud about what he had done. And shit, I felt like that's how I felt. Like I'll be honest, bro, and I say it like all the time. Like, not everything that I create on the paper and do is something I'm like looking at and proud about, you know. And I'm alright with that. But those that I did, I was like, you know, those are pretty cool. And I feel like it's only like that just because, like just because, well, I'm doing it all right, and I kind of tend to feel like I'm drawing the same things over and over again. And sure, that's the case, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes I draw something new, or I use like an old use an old feature, right? Utilize an old feature. I just think what's important is just focusing, you know. Like, if you're tired, do as much as you can tired. Fuck, bruh, I won't lie. Recently, I've been feeling really tired lately. I don't even know why. I feel like I'm sleeping good, but then like I wake up still feeling like I didn't sleep at all or some shit, bro. And I'm not sure the reason, but I think it's just important to just, you know, continue. Try your best, you know. I believe in taking breaks, like I said, but I think it's important to just do something, be productive still. Because think about it, like this right here, you know, me drawing is less like draining, I guess, or physically draining compared to like you know, being on my phone or something. They're both, but I won't lie, like sitting here and drawing and recording isn't hard. Like this shit is like mad easy to me, right? And like once I'm done, that's it. I could, you know, I move on. That's it, done. But so is, you know, being on the phone. You know, just turn that shit on. Next thing you know, hours go by. But which one, you know, requires a little bit more effort? Probably this, right? The phone, you just turn that shit on, and it has a Face ID. It has, you know, shit like that. But like creating something, doing something that could eventually be seen and inspired one day, I think it's a little bit more better and you know, a healthier option to put your time to. I believe in that. I think so. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm wrong about that, because that's just my personal example, you know? You gotta find out yours. The same shit interesting you is probably not the same shit interesting me, you know? But it don't matter if it interests me to the point where I care to do it or not. It's just like it could interest you, and like you could have a surface level interest, like you just care to watch, you just care to observe, but you seriously don't care to do it yourself. And that's alright, because you got other things that you like to do, you feel me? I think it's important to notice that and realize that, because, I mean, I think watching and observing is like surface level interest, and then doing something is like, you know, intermediate interest, and then trying to like take it a step further, you know, go pro or be better, you know. That's gotta be like expert level interest, you know, taking interest in what you're doing. But not everybody cares, or, you know, really wants to put in time and effort to be an expert level interest at anything, you know. I think it's good to know a lot of things and be good at a lot of things, but reality is, like, we're probably not gonna be, or we won't be, you know, exceptionally good at a lot of things, or anything for that matter. And honestly, I'm alright with that. I'm alright with that, because I know what I like, and the things that I think are cool, and the things I don't care to get off my ass to do, you know, like fucking baseball. Man, baseball's kind of fun to watch, bro. I won't even lie. Like, my dad would put on the games recently, and I started learning the sport. And but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I don't care. I don't care to play it, bro. If someone was like, for some reason, I don't know why the fuck this is even an example, but if someone was like, if you play baseball for us, you could get some money. Honestly, bro, I don't care to play baseball, bro. I just think it's fun to watch, and that's it. Like, I don't want the money to play, bro. I don't want to play, bro. Like, that's just not my thing. You feel me? And maybe it's just certain things like that for somebody else, you know? Like basketball, yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds cool. I like basketball. When I was drawing the other day, so I opened up the black pen of these, and um, yeah, so like majority of the drawings that I made were in black ink, you know, and I really liked them. I really liked the black ink, you know. I haven't drawn in just the black ink in a while, and it was just really nice, cause I think like black is just simple, you know, like it's not like vibrant, and it's just simple. Like it's a universal color. It goes good with anything. It looks good by itself. And basically, like I thought it just looked good, you know, the drawings that I made. And I even did one drawing where it's like black with red ink. You know, I mixed them up, mixed up colors. I thought that one was pretty cool. And when I was looking at them too, the drawings and the black ink, it kind of made me like want to interpret the black ink in every drawing again, which is no problem, right? Except if I did that, the black ink would run out a lot faster. The black pen. Then I wouldn't have no black pen. I just so it made me like kind of, cause later on in the evening too, I ended up doing like a black or I ended up doing like a blue and purple, and I was like, I felt like I don't know, it just didn't feel the same. It didn't look the same, right? But it still looked cool. But I was like, shit, bro, I don't know. I like the black pen better. But, and I kind of started hating on that shit, like on that drawing, cause I was like, you know what, bro, I like the black ink. I like the simplicity of it. But it's whatever, bro. I mean, it'll look the same, just different colors, type of thing. So it's whatever. And when like this morning or last night, I went up on YouTube, bro, and I saw a little notification. I got hella excited, bro. And it was like just some, like, I don't know if I don't think I accidentally subscribed to nobody or nothing, but like some like upload from something like some gambling videos or some shit. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. That should be kind of like entertaining, bro, to watch. Seeing those fools win and lose, and then they win. They always like, I don't know. In the shorts, they always like. It seems like that's like kind of more realistic. Like they're all like $5,000 hand. Well, let's see what happens. They lose that shit 5 seconds. I'm like, damn, bruh, that's hella dumb. But like the videos that they create, it's like 20-30 minutes of just straight going back with like a big win or something. I don't know, a little bit more than what they had. But I still think it's a little bit like hella dumb, you know, because these guys don't know no limits, bruh. Like they gamble and that's their job, but they also make money on like the side by recording it, you know. So they're making money in their sleep while they're out of the casino, if they even decide to leave eventually. But I don't know, that shit's just crazy, bro. But it is entertaining, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is entertaining. Like, don't get me wrong, that shit is kind of fun to watch. Not even kind of, hella fun to watch. But I like watching like the blackjack videos. The slot machine videos, they're alright, but they be getting way more boring than me. I think Vegas Matt, that guy has like some pretty good commentary. It's even like I could watch his slot machine videos, cause he had like a group of like guys behind the camera with him, and they're just talking, and like it'd be pretty interesting listening to them, cause they'd be kind of funny too, and they're just talking. Bluff, I like Bluff's videos cause like he gives like some funny ass reactions, right? Like I don't know, I like just watching like the blackjack videos. Those are more interesting to me, at least. I feel like that's like one of the few things that requires a little bit more thinking. Simple answer, just because of that. Like Baccarat, I don't understand that shit. I really don't. So I don't really care to watch that shit. Like, it seems a little bit more confusing. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's like some of the simplest shit ever, right? Simpler than like roulette. But I don't know. But so when there's like a section of the videos like Baccarat, I always just skip it. Like, I'm like, man, I don't want to watch that shit. I don't care if you won. I don't care if you lost. That shit's just not cool. And that's just not fun to me. I'm gonna be real. Maybe I'm hating, but I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm just like, I skip it, bro. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. But those guys are pretty funny, bro. I won't even lie. Like, I think Vegas Matt's kind of funny too, bro. Like, he just be talking, like him and the guys with him. Like, you can kind of tell they've been friends for a really long time. So they just be sitting there talking shit, and it's just funny because I'm just sitting there listening. And it's just, I don't know, but it always seems like they're like at the same casino, like El Cortez, Las Vegas. Cause I be always watching them, and I saw they like on the on the table. So imagine like right here, right? They just got El Cortez stamped all over it. So that's really not how you know where they're at. But I always be wondering, like in some of the videos that like they be running into each other. Have you seen it? Or like they are collaborating with each other, but not like every video. And it looks like they're there all the time, right? Probably. These guys probably got like some of the worst addictions, and they're just recording it, you know, talking shit. Which is hella funny, man. These guys are like hella fucking funny, man. All those guys. Even fuck, I don't know his name. Like, I don't know his name. I don't know, but he's funny though. Like he'll be singing. He'll be like, he's like, if I win this hand, I'm gonna scream. If I win this hand, I'm gonna scream. He doesn't win, so he doesn't scream. But I'll be like, I hope he wins, so he could, so he could scream. It's just funny. So I don't remember his name, but I really don't. I don't know, but he's fucking funny too. Fuck, I don't know his name. I don't remember. I don't got my phone on me to just look it up real quick. But one thing I'd be wondering too is like, I wonder if those guys really be living out there in Vegas. I mean, probably, right? Because they're there all the time. They don't be like, not like all the time. They don't be at other casinos, but they're always like, we're in this different casino. Like sometimes they'll be switching up. They'll be at different casinos, but they'll be like, we're in the different casino, but in Las Vegas. I'm like, oh, okay, one of the other like 20 casinos in Las Vegas. But I don't know, I'd be wondering. And then like I'd be thinking too, like I wonder how like expensive it is to be living out there, right? Because I was just talking to my dad the other day, like I was like, is Las Vegas like the gambling capital of the world or some shit? He's like, yeah, it is. I was like, oh shit. Then I started thinking, that's when I started thinking, I was like, I wonder how like much it is to you know, fund your living out there. To just live out there, even if you don't gamble, bro. Like you're just a regular ass citizen, right? And you just don't care about the casinos and shit. Like I wonder how much like that shit's gotta be like pretty expensive, bro. Like some New York type of living, bro. Like, cause it's a major ass fucking city, right? Like Los Angeles and New York, and it's like, you know, X amount of money for a month for this little, you know, little shoebox apartment. Like, what the hell? I can't even stretch my legs or nothing, bruh. So I don't know. I'd be wondering. But I've never seen like no videos. You know, like you see those fucking videos. Like that one guy who used to walk around New York. I thought that shit was always hella weird. He's like, could I get a tour of your apartment? What the fuck? Whatever, bruh. And I don't know how real that shit is or fake it is, bruh. But people would always be like, yeah. And I'm sure somewhere along the lines there had to be at least one person that he did not know before the camera was on. And like, they're all like, yeah, you come up in my place, bro. Like, what the hell? Alright, I mean, I guess. But it'd always be like hella expensive, right? Like, but anyways, I never seen no like, how much is it to be out there, you know, live out there. And I guess that's just what I was thinking, because it's pretty interesting. Simple things like that you could think so much about. That's why it gets so interesting. The 17th of March already, bruh. Sorry, March 17th. March is already almost over. Like halfway over. Let's start off with green now. I do realize, like, I've always known this, like, and recognized this about myself, but whenever I start, I always kind of start at the top left or some shit. Like in this kind of, imagine like a big square, like it's squared off, right? That was pretty uneven, but like I'd always top left square. And but whenever I'm doing these videos, like I always seem like I start off with like a line like this and like a line like that, some shit like that, right? And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't be like thinking about it too much. I just how I start off. I mean, yeah, I guess I do be thinking about it, but not like in the sense of like where it's impacting, like, oh, don't start off like that. Don't, maybe start off like down here. Like, nah, bro, fuck that. That's where I put the day and I put the signature, right? I'll be damned if I start off in the bottom right. That's why I don't. Maybe there has been a few times, but I always, make sure I leave some space. Anyways, like bottom right just ain't it. I won't do that. And everything else, I mean, I don't know, top right and bottom left, that's what I think about now. That's the only other options outside of my, not comfort zone, but like, what is the word, like fucking what I'm used to, like what I'm just used to doing, like, fuck, bruh, what is it? Hold on, bruh. Muscle memory, out of my muscle memory, right? So like I see, new piece of paper, new page. Oh hell yeah, draw some lines right here, draw some lines right there. Just start off, just do something, right? And that at the end of the page, that's the goal. That's the goal, right? Just fill up the page with some, some funny looking lines, make some funny looking pictures. You got the camera, talk some shit, and call it a day, bro. That's it, When I was drawing yesterday too, I don't know, like I felt like hella like productive like about it, bro. Like I felt good, bro. Like I was drawing, and I was like, man, this shit like I haven't drawn this much in a damn while, bro. I won't even lie, and that's pretty fucked up, but when I was, so the other day, I was like, hell yeah, that shit, like it felt good, bro. Cause like the sketchbook that I'm using, like my auntie gave it to me from when they were living stationed in Japan, and it's pretty nice, bro. Like it's pretty thick enough to like front and back, fill it up front and back, so the whole book is being filled up. Most of the sketchbooks I've been using recently haven't been. It's just been one page, and then you flip it, and you can't draw on the back, or else it'll bleed through. Not like bleed through actually, but like it's gonna be like like I draw so hard on a line like this, and it's gonna like turn out right here, like it'll, I don't know, bro. Like like it's not bleeding through, 'cause bleeding through the ink, but it'll leave that print, that imprint, whatever. One thing I'd be wondering too is I wonder if I'm like talking too loud enough to where like the neighbors can hear me and shit. I always be wondering that. Cause like I remember like a few days ago, like I was like talking, and I felt like I was being hella loud. Cause like I don't know, it's like this like vent or some shit. It's not the air's not on, but it's like some vent or some, I don't know what the fuck it is. anyways, it just shut off, and the camera died, so I had to like stop. Like I stopped what I was doing to change out the battery and start recording again. And it was just dead silent outside. It was so fucking quiet, bro. And I started thinking, I was like, oh, I wonder if someone could hear me. Because I am, just, outside, just talking. And it's a little bit different from being inside and, nobody's like around, nobody's home. So you're just, doing what you're doing. But I won't lie, I'm actually really glad to almost be done with these. Like I said, I had a plan on what I wanted to do with these at first. I was posting them on eBay, and then I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna stop that, cause I don't know, I don't really care to do all that shit. I'll just keep it in person, I'll give them away. It's fine. I'm recording anyways, and maybe someday this will make way more money than a little, a $5 bill or some shit, or I'll probably make more money from the videos and what I could have done sold on the internet, on eBay, right? But even then, I'm like, you know what, I'll give it away and somebody would appreciate it, or maybe they won't. Who cares? They'll look at it and they'll decide whether it's worth doing anything with it or not. Whatever, who cares? But anyways, I got only a few more pages left, these ones included. I'm almost done, and I'm actually really proud about that, bro. I'm actually really happy about that too, cause like I say, it'll just be a little bit more simpler to just get the sketchbook and just draw in the sketchbook. The main thing I'm excited about is a shorter video, just, cause I know attention span is really short nowadays. So I always think you know what, I don't doubt the effort I'm putting in isn't gonna be recognized, but I know I know the whole message won't be perceived, and that's alright, cause there's times I see long videos and I'll be watching them, but they're so interesting, right? But halfway through, I'm just kind of shut it off, or I start scrolling, and like YouTube Shorts and all that shit, and I'll think about that video, and I'm like, man, it was just such a video, but who knows, that content creator behind the screen is put so much effort into it, hoping things could have been different or something. I don't know. For it. Shit, my bad, bro. Just I guess just my mind got bored of it, So I moved on from your video. And there's been times I come back to it, or most of the time I don't. Or even my watch later playlist. Man, I got videos on my watch later playlist from years ago, hella long ago, right? And they're not even too long either. It's documentaries about Nas, angels in the Bible, stuff like that. And it'd probably be really good videos to watch. But I just don't. I don't, and I'm not sure why, cause I know I could probably learn something from that. I don't know, that's just the problem with me and my generation, right? Or people. So I know I'm not the only one. Shit, anybody my age say the same thing. Oh yeah, bro, fuck, no, that's a long video, intimidating. Alright. Hey, bro, I wanna talk about like like people like in the like people of our past, right? Like people that we once knew in real life. Like, isn't it crazy? Like, you could know somebody whether you liked them or not, or whatever, right? You got along with them or you didn't. Just how like fast you move on from that section of your life. Like you're getting bullied by this kid like every day or nonstop, or you gotta like get on the bus and like deal with him for like 45 minutes or some shit. You know, like your home life ain't too good either, or some whatever, right? The case is, and like next thing you know, like years pass and you ain't even dealing with that shit no more. But you can still like hold it so close to your heart, so much hate. Like that's like kind of crazy, ain't it? Like just how the mind works. Like you think about it so clearly, cause you're holding on to it so dearly. And I like fell asleep pretty early, like last night, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I just, the light was still on, so I turned it off. Did my, daily, my night routine. Just, got ready for bed. The way I should have before I, fell asleep. Anyways, I had like a dream about like these, these badass fucking kids on the bus, and they were older kids too, but they were bad, bro. Like they were some bullies, bro. Like I won't lie, like they were not nice. They did not get along with nobody. And I remember one time actually there was like this new kid. He was really quiet. He was older than me too. He was really, really quiet, really shy, right? But he was like cool, right? I thought he was. I didn't know him, but he was like one of those he's one of those people like he's really like to himself. He was. But you just look at him and he's cool, right? You just think he's cool. Anyways, like there was like a few times like he like flipped out on shit because there's these girls like there's these like girls throwing shit or throwing candy. I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but and he got hit and he was like he was not having that. He turned around. He's like, "Who the fuck is throwing shit?" He was fucking throwing shit. If I got that bottle threw it at your head, shit wouldn't be funny, would it? And they got all quiet, right? Those girls got all quiet. And like anyways, these bullies, they would like to try to mess with him. Cause of course, like how like some duos go, they're like big ass fucking guy, and of course the little one that talks the most shit. I don't know if there was like really no healthy balance between these two, cause they would both talk hella shit and do hella stupid shit. They probably didn't even fucking like each other, After probably growing up a few more years, they probably fucking like grew up to hate each other, right? They probably fucking, who knows, right? I won't say that, but I mean, if it wasn't like, whatever, right? They probably just, grew up to fucking, wanting to hurt each other, shit like that. Anyways, the tiny one was a lot more reckless, and he was like, hey, like, the bus came to a stop, dropping kids off. He said to his older friend, the bigger guy, he's like, you trying to get in a fight? You trying to get in a fight or some shit? And he starts pointing at the quiet kid, like the quieter guy, the new kid. He's like, hey, let's fuck with him or something. And I don't know what it was, bruh. But in that moment, I seen some sense, like, or I felt like kind of like think about it now. I felt some sense in the bigger bully guy. Like he wasn't down to do shit. He wasn't down to do that, right? And shit, honestly, like I know it's true, bro. Like, people that are like that are, the most scared, the biggest fucking punk bitches ever, right? They ain't about nothing, bro. Like they do this shit because they really hate each other, bro. They hate themselves, right? And that's real. Like, you believe it or you don't. You have a hard time believing it, or you do know that it's true. It don't matter how much fucking weight or muscle they got on their body. They're the biggest fucking little scaredy cats ever, right? and they're loud and they're annoying. They're obnoxious, you know, because they think that shit's cool, but they're really not. They're the lamest fucking people ever. So anyways, my thought process is like now I think about it, it's like maybe he was just like scared to just want to like start some shit right there, because usually that's like all he would talk about. He's like, bruh, my girl broke up with me on Valentine's Day, and we were walking, and there was this guy on you know, she dropped me off or some shit. I got out, started walking home, and there was this guy on the bike. I was pissed, and he's like, "What's up, bro?" He started trying to fight people. Hella mad, young, like what, bro? You're like openly talking about how you're tweaking out, bro. How you're throwing a public tantrum, right? Like, what a fucking weirdo, right? And like, you know, like that the stories you're telling, you're not even telling me, you're just telling out loud on the bus for everybody to hear, to your homie that don't give a fuck about you, not matching up with the person that I'm seeing right here. Like, hold on, bro, weren't you just talking about throwing a public, you know, tantrum? And you're not, you know, right? Like, I know it's gonna be fucked up, but you're not trying to start shit now. Like, or, you know, be the bully that you're fucking making yourself to be, and, you know, shit like that. Like, what a fucking weenie, bruh. And I'm not saying, oh, he's, you know, whatever. Yeah, maybe I did, right? But we're starting shit, but like, that's just proof. Like, bruh, they're, you know, they're fucking scared, bruh. Like, they're some fucking weenies, bruh. Like, I don't know, bruh. And they would, I don't know, bro, they would just do some dumb shit, like I don't know, they were just hella bad fucking kids. And, you know, usually people like that, they either have, like, the biggest transformations in their life, or they end up just, you know, they end up going to jail, or you know, they end up, you know, dead. No other way, right? They either had the biggest transformations, and then when they change, they run into people that they knew, and they knew not in a good way, you know, and you know, kind of gotta live with that, you know, because the thing is, if these people are making transformations in their life to become way better than what they once were before they throw their lives away, they're obviously, you know, reflecting on it. Like, man, you know, I remember that kid so clearly that I was, you know, calling names and being a bitch to. But I wonder what they're doing now, and how they are, and how that affected them, because you know, it's not right. It's not right to put people down like that, and it's not okay, right? If by some coincidence, you know, they always align with, I went outside one day and they just happened to be outside that same day, and I was able to confront my past mistakes and let them know, like, what I did was wrong. And honestly, like I said, like, it goes one of three, you know, like, well, two ways, but like the other way is like there's like two options to it. So it's like they're gonna end up in jail or dead, or they change their life around and become a better person. And you know, which one sounds better? But the thing is, with having such a heavy, you know, past, and so much, you know, traumatic experiences, and giving, giving so much hate out to the world, they're gonna have to do it a lot more than anybody else that didn't do that shit, but is trying to make a name for themselves too, or make a living, you know? Just because they're gonna be confronted with their past, and you know, have to own up to that. And, you know, I'm not like, well, I was gonna say, I'm not like a woman or nothing, so I don't know how like women bullies are, or girl bullies, or nothing like that, and how they deal with that shit, right? But for like the men that I've witnessed, or I wouldn't even say men, just the guys, the people that were males that I've witnessed that weren't nice to the world and nice to the people around them. Like, that's just kind of how it is. They got that aggressive, you know, behavior, and, you know, so fucking hostile for nothing. So scared of nothing. Because that's usually what it is, too. Like, they're the most, you know, scared. The loudest, the most scared. And I hate to say it, bruh, but I did used to hang out around some people like that. So maybe, you know, they say you become what you are, or what you are around. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking bully too, right? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, like, when you're reflecting like this. And I hate to think about that, because I didn't like people that were mean. Or mean to my friends, but I also know, like, I didn't stick around with those people that I called my friends that were mean for very long. When you're around people like that, like I said, they talk the most, they talk a lot, they talk a lot of shit, and, like, not even funny or nothing, like negative ass shit. It's hard to be around that and say you enjoy yourself. You know. I think thinking one thing is, you know, something, but then saying it and doing what you're thinking is another. Whether it's good or it's bad, you know, it matters what you're putting out into the world, because it can be either cool or not cool, okay or definitely not okay, you know. And that's where it matters, you know. Like, if you're being that person, nobody's gonna want to be around you. You don't even want to be around yourself. But I guess the thing is, though, like, I don't ever felt like I was a bully. I don't ever felt like I was mean, just because I hung around those people that were. I don't know. That's why, like, I'm starting to overthink it, because I know, like, when you're around, you know, you become what you're around. So it kind of gets me nervous to even fuck, bro. When you don't want to, like, say that, you know, like, you know, people could be really nice, but really mean. I don't know. I think it's a tough topic sometimes. It requires a lot of thinking. That's what we got. That's what we finished with. Appreciate y'all for watching.